Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. So we begin. We begin. So, where should I start? Where should I start? Where should I start? Let me start with the equities market. So, first of all, we've seen an opening of the New York session market. So, the SP 500 is pumping on a rate of 0.61%. The Dow Jones is pumping on a rate of 0.72, and then Nasdaq is pumping on 1.08%. The US dollar is also climbing up, definitely a bit of some safe equity. How's doing? Tesla is doing. Tesla is only at 2.32%, Apple at 1.42%, Netflix at 2.04%. Gold is dumping, oil is dumping quite hard, especially after the idea of the bonds being released. BTC pumping a bit at a level of 1.73%, but Ethereum is pumping much higher at 2.10%. Then if we're able to go to bonds, how are bonds performing? How are bonds performing? Let's just go to the 2-year yield bond. Neutral, but seems like it's kind of crashing. It's neutral, 3097, 3100. So it's neutral, but seems like it's falling, it's stagnating. It's not moving anymore. So let's go to BTC. Now, BTC is stagnating at the price of 20K. We are not moving between 20K and 21K. We are stagnating. What are we waiting for? What are traders waiting for at the price of $20,700 in the price of Bitcoin? First of all, you have to look at it in this way. Yeah? Yes, we are at the price of $20,000. We are ranging within that. When was the last time that this kind of thing ever happened? I can remember very well when we were at the price of 32,500. What happened? It was on a Friday night. What happened? Bitcoin just decided to have that psychological pump from 32,000, 35K sideways. Then all of a sudden, boom, we found ourselves at $45,459, dumped, retested. We had a double top, came back down, retested the 36K, pumped back up 44K, came back down 37K, and then up to 47,104. But before that, what was happening? We were dropping day by day, day by day. So we dropped from $68,000 to $36,000. How long did that take? It took 73 days. Now, same case over here. Let's see how long did that take from 48K. Same, 74 days. Okay, 73, 74. Negative 47.24%, negative 54.06%. So my two move sideways over here and then have this kind of movement up, down, up, down, up, then boom, one last capitulation. Okay, so you are now in the idea that it's going to $10,000, $8,000. That's what your mind is telling you. You're not giving room to say that Bitcoin is going to pump to even 30K, 28K. Everyone's mind is, oh my God, you're going to dump to $13,000 and then you're going to pump. What are you waiting for in that $13,000 for it to pump? Same case scenario over here. We were saying, oh, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to dump to 30K and then I'll book more BTC. What happened? 35K, pump back to 45K. Oh, I missed that target. But I'm still waiting for it to come back down. Let's pump down. Okay, it's going back to 30K. No, again, pumping back up 46K. Again, dumping down, retesting the double tops, coming back up 48K. Are you not seeing the same scenario that might also happen over here? Are you not going to give it the same room? Okay. Are you not going to give it the same room? Because if the best case scenario happens the same way it happened over here, we might have a big pump and probably we might just have a bit of some retest back to 28K levels and even 32K and even surpass, maybe touch 35K and then come back down drastically to 17K. That might be the last capitulation because Our main target is between $19,000 and 17. What if we can pump back up to $35,000 and then drop down again drastically to $17,000 or even $16,000? That can be the best last capitulation I will see in Bitcoin. Okay, that's the best last capitulation I'm interested to see on BTC. So first of all, we've seen an opening up of the market as of today, and I'm going to break it down within the 4-hour time frame. If you can look at this chart well, there isn't any bullish trend line that you're seeing on this chart. There isn't any bullish trend line that you're seeing on this chart, but there's an origin of a bullish trend line just beginning to originate. Just, I haven't said it is, but just. We can start our candle with this. We can start our candle with that. Okay, let's start. Let's say the bottom is on our trend line must be this. So I'm expecting a bounce from this point. Sideways, 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 break this resistance at the 22,600. If I were to break this resistance, then you'll have a retest to the 24,197. That's when altcoins will pump on an average of even 20 to 30%. And altcoins will pump on an average of 50% and 60%. Then you continue testing up. Maybe you might have a retest to the 50 MA, come back down to the 22,600, head back up, head back down, have one last pump, and then whew, crash down immediately as the last crash. Because what is happening within the stocks and the crypto, we are giving time to see if the QT will work, if the QE will work. Quantitative tightening will have to work, QE will also have to work, withdrawals of the bonds will also have to work, reducing their balance sheet will also have to work. So there's so many factors that we have to give time, not by mouth but by action. What other fad are we waiting for apart from yesterday and today? What else are we waiting for in front of us? Nothing. Might we have that bit of a relief pump that we've been talking of? Yes, we might. Not we will, but the word might happen. We've been green bit by bit, but we've not been moving at all. And that's why I've compared it to the other run. You might think that you're dropping, going short, and then all of a sudden we pump back straight up, 10% up. By 10% up, you'll see Bitcoin at the level of $23,000. It is testing it is testing the resistance zone. Then all of a sudden, you see another large vector candle happening within the market. Let's go back to that 34K and we'll see what was happening over there. So what was happening over here? I thought this one. Is it this? No. Here it is. Okay. So what happened? What happened? What happened? What were you waiting for? Is it not the same thing as this? Dump 34K bit by bit. Okay, buyers and sellers fighting in, buyers and sellers fighting in. Then all of a sudden, boom. Then all of a sudden, boom, boom, we are up 40K. Oh my God, how do you arrive 40K? Drop back down, that's 7,767. Then again, pump back up, boom, 44K. But you have seen things like these large vector candles happening within the market? Yes. So they might be stagnating over here. Just, I'm not saying that we must pump, but on my best case scenario, we might be stagnating here for a mega pump in the market, just for a better mega pump in the market. By mega pump, I'm not meaning that now we are going to 100K. By mega pump, I mean that it's there to liquidate the shorts. They want shorts to build up more. Then all of a sudden, boom, pump, you're down 26% to even 50% on your portfolio, and majority would also be liquidated in the markets. That's just my belief on what's about to happen within the markets of crypto. There isn't any movement. The bottom is at 20,300. We are not moving apart from that. It's simple as that. We aren't moving apart from that. Now, next up is the SP 500. What is it doing as of now? Let's look at the SP 500 on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, the SP 500 has had a pump, but it's not a large vector candle as you also saw over here. Okay, it's not that large vector candle as we saw over there. Pump, pumped to 3708, went back down. Sellers coming into the market, still fear, but you're building the market slowly by slowly. Yesterday it was a bit up, buyers caught up with it. Slowly by slowly, people are in fear, then the volume will start kicking in the market. After people are in belief that, oh, everything is fine, let's start getting into the market. That is what's about to happen. And short might, just the word might, it's very risky right now to short. Shorts might be wrecked in the market. If you can check on our liquidation zone, an example like today, let's open up. Now, the liquidation today was at $152.57 million. 159 right now. So some shorts and longs have been wrecked. How many people have been wrecked on shorts today? Today it's on neutral zone. But today we've had shorts being liquidated more than the long. So the price isn't moving yet. They're just building shorts. If you look at it, the 24-hour time frame, you're seeing a 50-50 fight between 54.57% long and 45.43% short. That's what you're seeing in the market. 54.57% long and 45.43% short. Let's check our funding rate. Has it changed from yesterday? It was negative. What's happening today? Binance funding rate 0.0038. Bybit negative 0.0023. Yesterday, I think we had negative 0.016. Yeah. So people are going short. Where is that volume? The screen is bright. I'm hoping you're able to take care of your screen. Reduce if it's quite bright. There it is. 26.8 delta, 1 delta, 72.5 delta, a 260k delta. So much sell orders within Bybit compared to Coinbase, Bitstamp, and Binance. So there's much sell order over here at 5.96 million already orders that have come in. Where has it come from? All of a sudden it was at 600k, then all of a sudden we are at 5.65 million. Where did it come from, ladies and gentlemen? So what did that order do to the price of Bitcoin? What did it do? Nothing. 2614. So they're keeping orders at that level, then all of a sudden they're removing it. Keeping them, removing it. Don't they want to bring down the price to even $19,000? Or they're waiting for accumulation of longs and shorts to liquidate any of them first, and then accumulate the rest? We might dump maybe to 19k, grab some shorts, to attract them in, then all of a sudden pump to 27 or 28k. That is what might happen in the markets. Okay, but with Bitcoin stagnating flow, we are seeing a pump on altcoins. Altcoins are pumping without the idea of BTC. They don't care. They are pumping. As you can see, 0.48, its lowest today was at 0.47. It pumped to 0.50, retraced just a bit, but 0.48. So altcoins are pumping without the idea of Bitcoin. So what happens? Altcoins will pump. After pumping, they won't care about the price of ADA or any other thing. So altcoins will pump on 10 to 15%, and then Bitcoin might catch up with it if it seems bullish on the lower time frames. Right now, people are just confused on where next are we heading to. That's why people are confused about. Where next are we heading to? If we can check on within our 4-hour time frame, we can check that our stochastic RSI kind of topped out at 100, came back down, is retesting it, but it's not on the lower point. But if you look at the relative strength index, it's now at 36. It's now retracing it's now testing the SMA. at 14. Okay. Now, I'm expecting probably a high of maybe 75 to 80 and 90, but we are not seeing that at the current price as of now. We are not seeing that. Okay, we are not seeing that at the current price of now. As you can see, the Bitcoin price is now collapsing from the market. You should start paying yourself if you are in profits. You should start paying yourself. Okay, it's simple as that mathematics. Start paying yourself in the markets. Okay, start paying yourself in the markets, because let's look at it in this kind of format. First of all, let's look at it in this kind of format. I want us to compare this idea compared to the previous idea. Yes, we are a bit stagnating on the price of Bitcoin. Okay, we are a bit stagnating on the price of Bitcoin. Let's check Bitcoin on the lowest time frame, which is the 1 hour time frame. What's happening within the 1 hour time frame? Bitcoin hasn't even been overbought. On the 1 hour time frame, it was overbought on 16th. That was yesterday, after the pump. Okay, it was bought yesterday after the pump. Now, after it was bought yesterday after the pump, people are excited. Oh, now we are going to pump. We are going to, I don't know, to the moon and all those kind of things. Yeah. Now, after it pumped, what happened? If we can look at our arrow within, let me open it up. If we can look at our trend line, we can see this idea of a decline. Where will the decline head on to? First of all, where's the decline heading on to? But we can also talk on a bullish case scenario where we are seeing a bullish trend beginning. So the question is, are we about to have a retest back down over here within the 1 hour time frame? Are you able to test this zone? Pump, pump, pump a bit as we move up, pump a bit, pump a bit, pump a bit, then break it. Might that happen? That's the dollar. That's the dollar question. Okay. Within for people not buying BTC, the 1 hour time frame has showed that people are not buying BTC. The 4 hour time frame also showed that people are not buying Bitcoin. Okay. Also, in the 4 hour time frame, we are not seeing people purchasing BTC even on the 4 hour time frame. On the 1 day time frame, we are seeing low volume on BTC, so people are quite in fear of the market. Same case scenario to Ethereum. Same thing to Ethereum. Okay, same thing to Ethereum. We are not seeing that major pump also in Ethereum. Ethereum has been oversold because of its fad of Ethereum 2.0. We are seeing the lowest level at exactly 15 to 12 on the relative strength index. And our stochastic RSI is also quite low. Does it mean that you dollar cost average on either Ethereum or Bitcoin? That's on your own choice. Okay, but it's a good entry to get at. If we can look at altcoins like ADA within our 1 hour time frame, you can check on ADA within a 1 hour time frame. Look at what it did on the 1 hour time frame. Look at what exactly it did on the 1 hour time frame. We had a pump, okay, to 0.53, dumped. Let me reduce this margin, please. We had a dump, continuous dump yesterday, continuous dump, pump, dump, pump, and then dump. Now we are coming much lower. Why? Because the stocks have now changed their narrative. It's now going negative, negative 0.03% to negative 0.04%. So now we are finding the direction of the stocks. What has changed all of a sudden? We are now moving lower than what we expected. Then all of a sudden it's green. So the market, it seems to be changing between bull market and the bear market. That's why I decided to do the session 30 minutes after the market opened. We are seeing between bearish movement and bullish movement. This looks to be neutral, but you'll be able to confirm it after the closure in 1 hour and 2 hours. Will this drop probably take Cardano back to this zone? Are we able to retest this zone to 0.445? Okay, it's a drop able to retest at 0.445, or are we about to break that point in normal and probably head much higher in the markets? So if it's red within the equities, this might be whales or maybe the market structure that are trying to bring the market quite down in the market to 0.445 or 0.55 at the test zone. Because on my best case scenario, there's so much fear that I'm not expecting much dump in either Bitcoin or Ethereum. But I'm expecting a retest on the lows of 20,100 on Bitcoin, and I'm expecting a lows of Cardano at 0.445. I'm also expecting a lows on Ethereum at the level of 1,000 to 950 or $920 in price. If that doesn't happen, if you won't touch these, then I would say maybe a bit of a fake pump. Or if we move lower than the targets of 950 on Ethereum, 20,100 on Bitcoin, then I would say we are breaking much lower to $19,000, $18,000, and maybe even $15,000, because there'll be a lot of fear if we start arriving at the $19,000 level to the $18,000 level. We've been hearing the idea that Celsius network liquidations at $14,000 level. You're now on a belief saying, you know what? The market makers are going for the liquidation of Celsius. Why? You're thinking that in order for them to go to for the liquidation of Celsius, they're going for it at $40,000 level so that the whales can have it cheaper to $10,000 level. Who told you they simply have to go to that direction and touch the $4,000 level to touch the $40,000 price so that Celsius can be liquidated as a decentralized finance protocol, and then our market structure to come back down to $10,000? Where is that liquidity going to come from? We have a lot of fear in the market and people are no longer buying rather than selling continuously. We already had within 2 days that miners are now sending their BTC onto exchanges. What are they planning to do? Might they plan to drag Bitcoin price from $21,000 level to 18 or 17, or are they just spooking you up with their data, telling you, oh, you know what? We are sending on to exchanges, you should be in fear. Then when you are in fear, we see a mega pump in the markets. The market structure isn't changing on Bitcoin as long as the price is on the level of 20,100, Ethereum at above 950 to $1,000, Bitcoin at the level of $20,100 and above, and what other coin? And Cardano at the level of 0.445. Those are the key levels I'm looking for some of altcoins and Bitcoin's price. Now, let's look at the SP 500. It opened up green until 37.10 and is now declining down to 36.61. So what is happening? Why are we having that much drop in the markets? What is there? Have we had any FUD in the markets? No. But you've seen the SP 500 has erased today's gains. It's erased today's gains. Total, full. Are we able to move back to 36, below 36.52? Yes. If we break 36.52 on the 1 hour time frame, then I'll be a bit bullish. But first of all, the target I'm looking at the SP 500 is 36.61. This is the target that I'm looking at, 36.61, 36.57. If not able to move below 36.57, I'll be 50-50 on SP 500. 50-50 on SP 500. If not be able to move below that. Okay. Those are the kind of ranges you should look at when you're trying to trade either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or some of these altcoins. Because look at this notion. We are not having an M formation over here. We are having the idea of a W formation. Too many lines that I'll have to delete. Apologies for that. This is in the 1 day time frame. I'm keeping it on the 4 hour time frame. Now, what if we can have the W formation. By W formation, what do I mean? This is what I mean. Huh? Look at, for example, this. We had this dump, pumped up W, and then pumped a bit. Will it complete the W formation and probably pump up to 21,247? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so if this happens, we'll be talking on the notion of the double top. Double top. Okay, double top. This is what I'm expecting. Should we have a test to 21,247 as the double top in Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen? Because if you can have the M formation, then I'm talking of a bearish move. We pound back up immediately. Okay, pound back up. Let me. We've pound back up immediately. We pumped up back immediately, come down, pump up, and then drastically come down. That's a bull trap I'm talking of. And that bull trap is, for example, like this chart over here. Isn't this an M formation? Isn't this an M formation? Pump back up, M, come back down. Pump back up, and then follow that M. Are you not seeing that M? Okay. That's an M formation that has been structured on the markets. We never knew that. Okay, this is a bearish sentiment. If you see this chart, if you see this kind of a chart, that's a bearish sentiment. But what if you can have the W formation? And by W formation, let me see if you can have any W formation. Look at this idea. Down, up, down, and then up. W formation. M, 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 and M. So I'm expecting a structure of the W formation to be completed on Bitcoin to $21,000. You'll have to be patient. It won't come overnight. Just need to stay patient in the market so that you can be able to understand what is simply happening on the Bitcoin's structure. It's simple as that. Any far that we've had in the market as of today, no. Equities are falling, yes, negative 0.22, but it's not falling that much compared to yesterday's low of negative 3.4% to negative 4%. So I'm waiting for the structure to complete fully up to the W formation, maybe to the $21,000. If you're going long, close that position, wait for the structure to retest at the resistance zone. Ethereum, same thing to Ethereum. I'm waiting if the structure can complete 1,235, no problem. So I'll be expecting a pump of maybe 10 to 15%, then come back down to retest it. There's no need for us to be in a hurry. We'll wait for the structure to play out. Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. And so I've already explained what you need to expect. There's low volume, quite low dump I'm expecting the market as of today. And we are having a closure of the week. Please be careful if you're trading on Fridays. We have less volatility on Friday, and then we normally have uncertainty in the market. As you can see, we've had a green candle opening up within the SP 500. We are now having a red candle opening up the SP 500, and then all of a sudden we're able to see a green structure opening up in the market. So be careful within today's closure. Be careful with Monday's open session. I'll do a session on Sunday and maybe on Monday. Be careful with Monday session. Be careful with Sunday session. But we are normally there for the volatility on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm hoping you're able to grab some content. Any other thing that you'd like me to talk about, just comment it down on. Just comment it down. Comment it below. I'll check it out and I'll explain further to what you guys will also love to hear and be explained about. So bye bye and peace.